Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to Marrick's Koi Pond. Well, just come back from the garden centre, got another 2 acers. Getting a bit of an acer collection going here. We've got 3 acers down there, one of them's an orange dream, and without looking at them 2 labels I couldn't tell you. Got a nice coral bark acer there. We've got a Katsura acer, which is absolutely taking off. It's got to be 7 foot tall, right? Another one there. Can't tell you the name of that unless I start digging about in the middle of that for the label. We've got another one there. And this one here is probably my favourite of the whole lot. That's an emerald, that's called emerald something or other, can't quite remember. But that's probably my favourite acer of everything I've got here in the garden. And then we've got 2 new additions here. I've just come back with 2 standard acers. I'll just put the plastic pots in these clay pots for the time being. What I shall do, I shall pot them up into these clay pots so they get a bigger root ball, and probably repot them again either into really big clay pots or put them in the ground. Same with that one, repot it into that clay pot. This one, these have got labels I can get to see. This one is called Gerard Schwartz. Weird name for an acer. Sounds German, doesn't it? And this one we've got how do I pronounce that? Cirulia? But anyway, number 2 for the collection. We've got one there. Right, let's go walk about down the garden because we've got 2 or 3 more down here somewhere. We've got a little acer tree in that pot there. I really need to dig that out because that's getting swamped. I might do that one day. Yeah, it needs coming. I need to. Yeah, it's getting taken over in that pot. Need to do something about that. Japanese fern, Solomon seal, mind your own business, all sorts, forget-me-nots, Albrecia, all sorts growing in here. And we carry on walking, carry on walking, carry on walking. 180 foot this garden is. Goes all the way down to them oak trees. We keep the chick-chucks. There's all sorts in here. Chickens, bantams, tortoises. That's Liz, that's Lizzie's department. Another acer there. Another one there. I'm going to have a count up. Another one there. So we've got 3 acer trees in this little garden here, and I reckon there's enough for another 2 or 3 in here. And I should call this, I should rename this the Acer Garden, this little patch here. And I reckon there's enough room in here for another 2 or 3 in there. Who left that bloody ladder there? That's because I've got to get across the pond. Got to do some wiring to my lights on the pergola. That's a peach tree, that is, but unfortunately it's never pollinated with anything. I think you have to have another peach tree within 6 feet of it or something to cross pollinate. Never had fruit on that. My attempts at a bit of dry stone walling. So what we got? We got 3 down in that little garden. That little one in that pot there, 4. Alliums are all coming up. These are nice, you know, with these purple spikes. Can't remember what they're called, but look nice enough. That fern is self-seeded, I haven't planted that there. Got some cast iron swans there. Liz bought me them one year, but I've just got a stand, or what do you call it? Is it a stand? Yeah, a stand or a plinth to stand them on, so they look a bit more impressionable. They're sort of lost in all that foliage at the moment. Our grapevine is taking off again, like it did last year. I should have bunches and bunches of grapes along here later in the season. Korean hornbeam bonsai. And these flower pouches, we've just filled these up. This is Bacopia. I just think it makes it look a little bit more Japanesey. So what do we say? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 acers. Be a bit rude not to show you the fish. Yellow monkey. I think this is Campolia. There's like blue flowers on it. That's a cracking acer, that is. So where did we get to? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 8. Nine. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14. 15 acers in this garden, and I'm still after a biho, and I'm after a Jordan. Some plants are going to some hanging baskets. My Japanese maple bonsai. That is a Chinese, oh what is that? God. What is that called? That's a Chinese elm, that's it. Chinese elm. These ain't doing very well, going to rip these out, start again. I think these were Chinese larches. And that is called, that's a black pine bonsai. Couple of little goldfish in there. Little tiny dwarf water lily, but it's never done anything. It sent buds up, you know, but we've run out of season before the buds have ever opened, so I've never actually seen that in flower. Right. Finish off, show you the fish. Here they come. As soon as I walk up here, they think it's feeding time. You've had your calci worms. I throw them a handful of calci worms on the hour every hour, and then every hour after that they get fed out the feeder. Saki balance. That's going off 7 o'clock in the morning, finishes at 9 o'clock at night, every 2 hours, and like I say, in between those 2 hours on the hour I'll put in a handful of calci worms. Well, hope you enjoyed that, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. And I'll catch you next time. Thank you. Bye. Catch you next time, everybody. Bye.